So we recently had a brand new firmware update for the Avata 2, the Goggles 3, and the RC Motion 3 controller, which gave us a 4K 100 FPS, which I think is awesome. But it also made the Avata backwards compatible with the Goggles 2 and the OG FPV controller too. So if you haven't watched my video on that and wonder how to link all these devices, make sure to check out the video down below. But we also have a brand new firmware and the DJI Fly update for the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3 now, and the RC2 controller, which seems to have fixed a few bugs and mostly everything that I hated about the Mini 4 Pro, and especially the RC2 controller. So with the previous version, we had this position hold bug, which was actually showing a P in the normal mode. So we have Cine, normal, and sports mode on the RC2 controller here, and when you switch over to normal mode, it was actually showing this P on the top left corner. But it didn't affect anything really when it was out flying. It was just this internal bug, and I guess the letter P just slipped in the previous firmware update for some reason, but this update fixes that. So if this is something that annoyed you, you can now resolve it by updating to the latest firmware. But if you've been around here for some time, and especially from when the Mini 4 Pro was released, you know that I really love the RC2 controller to begin with, but now it's starting to get really laggy and annoying. But it wasn't actually like that when I first picked up the Mini 4 Pro, and at the time it was a huge improvement over the RC1 controller. The RC2 booted up really fast, and it was actually night and day compared to the old one, which at the time took about a minute or more to boot up. But over the past few months, the RC2 has gotten worse and worse, and the lag has been driving me nuts, and not to mention the boot up time, which has become 60% longer than it originally were back when I first picked this up and when this was released. Fortunately though, I've been planning most of my shots, so I haven't actually missed a shot yet, but it has been awful trying to browse through the menu, changing settings and all of that. But DJI seems to have finally fixed this with the latest firmware and DJI Fly app 1.3.4. And here's a side-by-side of the previous versus the new update. Unfortunately, there is no new additional features that has been added to the Mini 4 Pro on this update, and this has mainly been to fix those bugs and issues that we had with the RC2 controller for those of us flying the Mini 4 Pro or the Air 3. But taking a quick look over the settings here after updating, I did notice that most of my settings have actually been reset back to default. This might not happen with everyone, but it's important to check your settings after each update just in case something has changed. Because when you head out there to capture some amazing footage with the Mini 4 Pro, the last thing you want to do is to spend time correcting and adjusting all the settings that you have previously dialed in, to then find out that, hey, I missed a shot. So whenever you do an update, the best thing to do is to go through the settings and see if everything is up to date and as you want it to be. If not, then you can change it and everything is ready for your next flight. So there you have basically the latest update for the DJI Mini 4 Pro, the Air 3, and the RC2 controller. And if you haven't checked out my Mini 4 Pro travel video yet, I recommend checking that out down below. So that's everything for today's video. Really hope that you enjoyed this quick update, and I'm really excited for the speed that we now have on the RC2, and I can't wait to go out and test this. So again, that's everything for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.